audible? Hello, Jisan, Surjeet. Am I
Yes,
audible,
yes,
guys?
I can hear you.
Okay, that's great. So, guys, first of all, let me introduce myself. Name is Rohit, and uh, I'll be the instructor for this training module. Right here, we are going to cover FortiGate NSC4. Right. So it's better to start with a small introduction about yourself. Okay, you guys can just introduce yourself in 1 or 2 lines so that I can get the background of the audience. Right. What is your experience level? Okay. So who will start? Pradeep, Ramkumar, Surjit, Jishan, anyone wants to introduce yourself?
Hi sir, good evening. My name is
Hello,
Pradeep.
good evening.
Yeah, my name is Pradeep. Currently, I'm working in Dazan as a network engineer.
Okay, actually, Pradeep, your voice is very low.
Now it is audible, sir.
Yes, now it is fine.
Yeah, I'm working in Dazan as a network engineer.
Okay,
So, and here in our organization, we have the FortiGate Firewall also.
so how long you have been working with the FortiGate?
1.5 year.
Okay. So that is your total experience, one and a half year, right?
1.5 year. Previous, I have the routing and switching experience. So only 40 firewall, I don't have any experience.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thanks, Pradeep, for introducing yourself. Surjit, Jishan.
So I'm actually working for a small company.
Mm-hmm.
We have some customers where we do installations and things like we provide support. So in my company, they require FortiGate. So
Okay,
that's the purpose to join this. But I have no idea about FortiGate. I have the basics about networking, and I would like to go to security because it's future.
okay,
That's why I'm joining this
okay.
course.
That's great. Okay. So next, Pradeep, please introduce yourself in 1 or 2 line. Pradeep, Rajkumar.
So just now I introduced.
Okay, we have already done with you, right? No
Yeah,
problem.
yes.
Ramkumar, Surjit, anyone? Okay, guys, no problem. If anyone don't want to introduce themselves, no problem. Let me introduce myself. First of all, my name is Rohit Kumar Dev, and I have done like BTech in electronics and communication. I have more than 8 years of experience, right? More than 8 years of experience in multiple companies handling next generation firewalls, including Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FortiGate. Okay, I'll be the instructor for this training module. So with this training module, we are going to cover NSC4 certification, that is a professional level certification, okay, with the FortiGate, okay. So let me brief you about the syllabus or the course content that we are going to cover with this training module, okay.
Hello.
So yeah,
Sir, I am Khogeshwar Raut. Hello.
yes, tell me.
I am Khogeshwar Raut, and
Okay.
all our experience for your 3.8 year experience
Mm-hmm.
as a network engineer. I am recently joining as a company as a cyber security company.
Okay.
I have no experience on firewall also. I have
Okay.
experience in only switching routing and also SD1.
Okay, no problem. If you have a basic understanding of networking, then you are good to go to start your career with FortiGate. Okay, it will
Okay.
give you a next level of understanding in network security technology,
Okay.
right? Network security, and you can get a good hike in your like current packages also. Okay, So let me brief you about the course content that we are going to cover with this training module. First of all, welcome to the Guinet Technologies, guys. This is Fortinet Next Generation Firewall Training Series. Okay, here we are going to cover NSC4 training certification, right? So, as we will see a little bit about the FortiGate firewall history. Okay, what is Fortinet? Fortinet is a cybersecurity company, right, with headquartered in Sunnyvale, California, right? The company develops and sells security solutions like firewalls, endpoint security, and intrusion prevention system, right? Fortinet has offices located all over the world. Okay, brothers Kenzie and Mackenzie founded Fortinet in 2000. Okay, the company's first and main product was FortiGate, a physical firewall, right? So the company later added wireless access points, sandbox, and messaging security. The company went public in November 2009. Okay. So guys, we will see what we are going to cover in this training module. Okay. First of all, do you guys have any idea why we put firewall in a network? What is the need of firewall? Can anyone tell me why we need a firewall in a network? We have a routers, we have a switches, we have a access point, WLC, all those things we have. Why we need to, what is the requirement of firewall in a network? Anyone have any idea?
Uh, sir, firewall is a network security device, and
Right.
it is protect to the net organization to the unauthorized access.
Yes, exactly. So basically, guys, firewalls we put in a network to it create a differentiation between your LAN trusted LAN network and the untrusted WAN network, right?
Yeah. Sorry for that disturbance. What I understand is we have the router, so in ACL. So why we require the firewall means that the firewall will be the deep inspection, right, for the next generation firewall. So
Yes,
the deep,
exactly.
yeah, the deep inspection packets meant from incoming to outgoing, and the return traffic will also it will be
Hmm.
captured.
Right. So
But
exactly
the
what
yeah.
is happening with the firewall? Firewall is placed in a network. It is the first level of defensive security available in your network, right? With the firewall, you can do the multiple tasks. Like you can protect your network with the antivirus, anti-worms, anti-spywares, all those things, right? You can do the IPS inspections, right? With the next generation firewalls like FortiGate firewall. Okay, if you put firewall in a network, then you can inspect all the incoming and outgoing traffic for the malicious activities, right? Accordingly, you can take the action and you can stop the any kind of attacks within your organization or whether it is coming from outside, right? So FortiGate is a most popular next generation firewall available in a market. So we have two, three vendors available. Those are very popular nowadays in the market, right? Because out of those, we have FortiGate firewall, Palo Alto firewall, and the Checkpoint firewall, right? So these are the few firewalls those which are leading the market, right? So here in this course content, we are going to cover the FortiGate firewall. Okay, so we will see what we are going to cover in this training module. Okay, so guys, so we have a different module wise uh, syllabus, okay, that we are going to cover here. So first module is all about, here we will talk about the next generation security platforms and architecture, okay, different type of FortiGate firewalls, how FortiGate firewall look like, so what are the interfaces we have with the FortiGate firewall, how we can configure the FortiGate firewall from the basic, right? So all those things, what is the requirement of the firewall technologies, how many firewalls are there in uh, like how many types of firewalls are there, right? And what is the need of the next generation firewall? So all these things we will see in our module one, and along with that we will see about the Fortinet, right? And then we will see what is how you can deploy like set up your lab on Eve and G with FortiGate Firewall, right? So here we will gonna cover just the basic terminologies required to understand the FortiGate Firewall, or you can say we will start with the terminologies required for the security. Okay, then we have module number 2. In module number 2, we will see. Sorry, guys. Let me come to the module 2. Okay. Then we have a module 2. In module 2, we will see the initial configuration with our FortiGate firewall, right? We will create a one lab and we will take the first time access of our firewall. We will set up management access of our firewall, right? We will see how we can assign the management IP through CLI, through GUI, right? Or we will see how the dashboard of the FortiGate firewall looks like. Okay. Then we will build one lab. Okay. Then we will create industry based lab in our environment, virtual environment, and then we will test how the interfaces you can configure, how you can put the interfaces in a zone. What is a zone concept with FortiGate firewall, right? What is virtual wire peer available in FortiGate? What are the administrative access? How you can configure the DNS servers in case of FortiGate, right? So we will build a lab based on the real scenarios and we will test everything in our lab environment, right? So this is all about our module number 2. This is a basic like initial configuration. Here we will cover about the FortiGate firewall, right? Then we will move slowly and then we will go to the module number 3. In module number 3, we will cover about the routing part, right? How you can like configure the objects in your FortiGate firewall. What are the service objects available in FortiGate? Okay, how you can group them, how you can apply them with the policies, right? You can create the static route, how you can do the dynamic routing with your FortiGate firewall, right? What is RIP, OSPF, BGP, and the redistribution, how you can perform with your firewall, right? So all those things we will cover in this module, module number 3. And then we have module number 4. In module number 4, we will see how you can create the policies with your FortiGate firewall, right? If you have a created a one network where you have a LAN zone, DMZ zone, and WAN zone, then you need to allow the policies to like for the communication from LAN to WAN zone, LAN to DMZ zone, or DMZ to WAN zone. So all those things we will see how you can create the different types of policies, security policies in case of FortiGate firewall. Okay, how you can add a MAC-based policy. Okay, how we can create a user-based policy. So everything we will see practically, how we can configure the policies with our FortiGate firewall, right? Then we have a module number 5. Here we will see how we can configure the network address translation or NAT with our FortiGate firewall. So guys, you all are from the network background, so you must heard about the NAT, right? Can anyone tell me what is NAT and why we use NAT? Any idea? Anyone?
To map the private IP address to public IP address.
Yes, it is not only just for mapping your private to public. Any
And
IP to any IP translation is known as network address
yeah,
translation, right?
public to private also.
Yeah, whether it's a private to private, private to public, public to private, any IP translation is known as NAT. So we have a source NAT, destination NAT. So we will see how the source networks with FortiGate firewall, how destination networks with FortiGate firewall, right? How many types of source net available in FortiGate? Those are overload, one-to-one, fixed port range. How we can configure these type of NATs? Okay, in which scenario you will use source NAT? In which scenario you will configure destination NAT? Okay, so everything we will see practically, like how we can deploy the firewall and how we can uh, build a real-time scenario in our lab, right? How we can use the source net, how we can use the destination net, what are the industry used cases available, okay, for the destination net that we will gonna test in our lab. Okay, then we have a module number 6. In module number 6, we will discuss about the security profiles. So these are the next generation profile features available with our FortiGate firewall, right? Here we will see how the antivirus profile works, how web filtering works, right? What is DNS filter profile, how you can control the traffic based on the application signatures, right? How your IPS works, okay? What is the inspection mode in case of FortiGate firewall? What are the next generation firewall modes available with FortiGate firewall, right? So these are all the topics that we will cover in security profile, right? Then we will move to the module number 7. In module number 7, we will see how we can integrate Active Directory, right? This is also very important. Okay, Active Directory. You guys must have heard about the Active Directory. Can anyone tell me what is Active Directory and why it is used? Anyone, any idea about Active Directory?
To keep user and devices information.
Yeah, correct. So Active Directory is used like it is a centralized management of your users and groups, right? So we will see how we can integrate FortiGate firewall with our Active Directory service, right? Active Directory server, and how we can create a user-based policy with our FortiGate firewall. What is active authentication in FortiGate? What is passive authentication, right? In FortiGate, FSS, so single sign-on. Everything we will discuss in this module. Okay. Then we have a module number 8. Okay, here we will talk about the virtual domains, right? What is VDOMs? What is a VDOM concept in case of FortiGate firewall? Okay, how you can divide your one physical box logically into multiple parts, right? So how you can establish the communication between the logical parts, logical division of your firewall, right? So that we will see in this module. Okay, suppose if you have a one physical box and you want to create a many logical boxes with it, right? If you want to divide your firewall logically, so how you will do this, right? That concept is known as virtual domains in case of FortiGate. So we will see how we can divide the firewall logically, how we can create this policies, okay, for the VDOMs, how we can like make the communication happens with the VDOMs, right? So all these things we will discuss here. So then we have a module number 9. Here we will discuss about the layer 2, how we can deploy the firewall in layer 2 mode, like what is transparent mode, how we can deploy the firewall in transparent mode, right? What is virtual wire pair in case of FortiGate, right? How we can deploy firewall in virtual wire. What is soft switch in case of FortiGate? Okay. These are all the topics that we will cover in module number 9, right? Then we have a module number 10. Here we will discuss about the SNMP, how you can configure the SNMP in your FortiGate firewall, right? And how you can take the backup and how you can restore the backups, okay? How you can store the local backup, how you can store the backup in your remote system, okay? Everything we will see here. And then we will see how you can configure the syslog with your FortiGate firewall, right? How you can send the logs to the syslog server, right? With your FortiGate. Then we have a module number 11. Here we will discuss about the VPN concept. Okay, what is VPN? How many types of VPN are there? How we can configure the like VPNs tunnels between the FortiGate firewalls. Okay, what is route-based VPN? What is policy-based VPN? Right? How you can configure the VPN based on the templates. Okay, how you can configure the manual tunnels between the FortiGate firewalls. Everything we will see in VPN concept. Right? So anyone have any idea about the VPNs? Like why we use VPN? Anyone, any idea about VPN?
To hide our
Private
location.
network. VPN
Sorry?
means virtual private network. It connect
Yes.
virtually to the any officially network.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So guys, suppose we have this type of scenario, right?
Provide security over the public network.
Yes, VPN is basically used to connect your two or more branch offices or your areas or your like locations over the public network, right? Using the IPsec encryption. So IPsec basically builds a tunnel with your uh, public network with based on your public network, and it creates a secure channel for communicating or securely, like so that your secure communication can happen between your different sites, okay, between the private networks, right? Because we know private networks cannot go to the internet, so we will establish a virtual tunnel between the sites, right? We create a virtual tunnel between the sites over a public network only, right? Over a public network, we create a virtual tunnels between the site through which our private networks can communicate, okay, securely. So this we will see. Here we will discuss the different scenarios of the FortiGate, right? How you can configure the tunnels between your sites, okay? What is hub and spoke topology? How you can create hub and spoke VPNs in case of FortiGate. Okay, how you can create the tunnels between the site using the template. Okay, what is route-based VPN tunnel in FortiGate? How you can configure the policy-based VPN, right? So all those things we will cover in this module here, right? Okay, let me go to the syllabus again. Then we have a dedicated session for our remote access VPN also, right? So what is remote access VPN? Anyone knows about the SSL VPN, remote access VPN here? So guys, remote access VPN is basically used like suppose if you have any company's network or you have any data center available, right? And you have remote users who are traveling and they want to access your resources of the companies, right? From the outside network. In such case, we use SSL VPN, right? SSL tunnel is built between the user and the gateway present in your data center or in your company. After that, they can able to reach that server or they can access that particular server. So we will see how we can configure the SSL VPN in case of our FortiGate firewall, right? Okay. What is web portal? How we can configure the web portal in case of FortiGate firewall, right? So everything we will see here, right? Then we have a next module dedicated to high availability. So what you guys understand with the term high availability? Can anyone tell me? Like what do you understand with high availability?
Failover.
Failover. Failover is a feature, right? That high availability offers. So high availability means suppose if you have two like if you have two firewalls in your company, right, and you want zero downtime, or you want if any of your box goes down, in that time your traffic or your internet traffic will not get hampered. So for achieving this, we deploy our firewall always in a high availability mode, that is HA. Okay, in which one firewall is always act as a active and other one can be put as a passive or active. That depends on our deployment, right? So this is how we can achieve the high availability in our network. Okay, it is also very important from the industry perspective, right? Here we will see how we can configure the FortiGate firewalls in active passive mode, right? What is active passive mode? How the traffic flow works in active passive, right? Then we will see what is active mode. Okay, how the traffic flow works in active mode, how you can do the manual failover. Okay, how you can check the like how you can configure the high availability, right, in FortiGate firewall. So these are all the topics like this is the HA, that we will build in our lab, right? We will test everything practically, and we will deploy uh, in our lab. So it is also very important from the industry perspective, right? So guys, uh, and then this is all about the course content that we are going to cover with this training module, right? So I hope you guys got a basic idea of the firewall that we are going to cover here in this training. Okay. So if anyone have any doubt, then he or she can ask. Anyone wants to ask anything?
Sir, actually, I am working in the IT sector as a desktop support engineer, but I have only the little bit of know the networking. Okay. I don't have any idea like router configuration or any switch configuration. Okay. If I learn to the same firewall, so it is helpful to me to get a job for any network company.
So first of all, what is your name? Actually, I cannot see your name.
Krishna Sethi from Bhubaneswar, Odisha location.
Okay,
Odisha.
Krishna. So of course you can start with the FortiGate training. That's not an issue. You must have the IP addressing knowledge, right? You must also
I know
have,
that.
yeah, you must have the IP addressing knowledge, and you must have a basic knowledge of routing. Okay, basic knowledge of routing and switching also. Basic,
Okay.
not that much, but basic. If you have a basic understanding, that's good to go. For you, you can start with the FortiGate learning, right? It will give you a boost in your career. So of course you can start. You can parallelly check the concepts of the FortiGate, like while covering the FortiGate, you can parallelly check the routers, which is basic settings, right? How the routers and switches works, right? So that is you can go with it. No problem.
Right, sir.
Yes, Sujit.
Hi, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Thank you very much for the introduction of Fortinet Firewall.
Mm-hmm.
So after the introduction, it seems a particular person who wants to enroll in Fortinet, the person must have a knowledge of CCNA. Because you're
Yeah.
discussing about IP addressing, because
Yes.
routing and switching is the mandatory, I can say it is the base of everything. If I want to
Yeah,
do
exactly. It's a base, but yeah, they can also cover parallelly, na? That
No,
is not that
no,
much.
I'm talking about me actually. I'm a different case.
Okay. So what is your total experience like?
I have a good experience, let's say more than 12 years.
Okay.
Right,
So
more than 12 years. I'm very comfortable, yeah, in routing and switching, and I'm also very comfortable in wireless. Right.
then you are
So
good to go. No problem. If you have a basic understanding of routing switching, then you can land in the firewall industry. No
because
problem.
as per the all module, what I
Mm-hmm.
observe that we need, the NATing understanding, we need a VPN understanding, we need a routing and switching understanding, and we need actually the high availability, as you mentioned, we understanding, right? The
Yeah,
basic
of course.
understanding actually, right?
Yes.
So you're talking about, let's say, some VPNs over there, like SSL VPN. Is the GRE also under the category of VPN, sir?
GRE, nowadays we don't use GRE. We switched to the IPsec, right? We are using IPsec here.
So we
So
can
if
say
you want,
GRE over IPsec.
yes. So nowadays you will see mostly the IPsec is being deployed, right? IPsec or SSL VPN.
Right.
So all those
SSL.
things covers in our FortiGate module, right? If you want, then we can also show you the GRE configuration. That is not a big challenge, right?
Okay. So the
You just
OSPF, which is Open Standard Routing Protocol, is mandatory. So there is no
yes.
space of proprietary protocol like EIGRP and all.
No, actually, EIGRP is not an open standard, right? So FortiGate doesn't support
No, I
EIGRP.
said proprietary. I'm not saying open standard. As I mentioned, the EIGRP not inside this. So this is my question: Is Fortinet is not supported by default
Yes,
EIGRP?
Fortinet is not supported.
Not supported. So Fortinet supported like IEEE protocol. The IEEE like VRRP over there, not HSRP.
Not IEEE. You can say
The
it
open standard, I
supports
mean to
I
say.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a different vendor from Cisco. So it
No,
doesn't
I
support the
understand it's
Cisco
different, sir.
protocols.
Let's say in high availability,
Mm-hmm.
we can say we have a different name of high availability, which is called SSO, stateful switchover, right? So basically, normally, in organization, we need a redundancy. The link redundancy we need, which we can achieve by link
Right, right,
aggregation.
right.
ISP
From
redundancy we
yeah,
need.
if you will see from the router and switch perspective, then in that case we go with the first hop redundancy protocol, right? Those are
Mhm.
HSI, VRRP, GLPP,
Will be
right?
PR there.
So
Yeah.
yeah, if you will try to understand the firewalls, if you will study the firewalls, then in firewall we called it as a high
Right, sir.
availability,
Yeah, right. So
right?
that is my question. Like we do not need to concentrate on Ether channel. I think the Fortinet firewall, the support the link aggregation with the link aggregation control protocol, which is IEEE, which is open standard.
Yes, yes, yes. So this module, we will see how we can configure the aggregated link with our FortiGate, right? How
Right.
we can configure the redundant links with our FortiGate. Everything we
Uh-huh.
will cover. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have a switch routing switching understanding, or
Mm-hmm.
if you have a like basic idea about the routing switching, then it's a very you
Right. So,
can
so I
go
would
with
like to
this.
know
We will cover everything. Yeah.
after admission, what we are going to get from you.
You will get live trainings with me, right? We will be providing you the lab for doing the testing along with me, right?
Mhm.
You will get the recorded videos,
Okay,
okay? You
recorded
will
session
get the
also.
interview supports. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the PDFs and all like reference materials?
Yeah, that everything we will be sharing you, okay? Everything, PDF theories along with the lab guides, okay?
Sir,
You'll get everything from our side.
sir, one more point which is very important for everyone here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say this course is limited. I mean to say like 5 days course or a 10 days course, right? So after 5 days, after 10 days, if we want to do the practical, if we want to repeat, so are we able to create our own EVNG? Are you going to help us?
Yeah, yeah, sure. In my first module, I have shown you know how we can deploy the FortiGate in our
Like
see here in first module.
deploy
Yeah,
on my computer on your
yes,
computer.
yes, definitely, definitely. I will show you how you can deploy in your own. I will have you to build your lab. Okay, that's not a big deal.
Okay. And how many
If you
lab
want
sessions? How many lab sessions are there in FortiGate this NSC floor?
every topic we will cover in lab only.
Okay. Every topic, right? Okay.
Yeah, and we will build the lifetime scenarios, okay, that I have already working like I whatever I experienced in my last organizations, in my current projects, everything I will show you
Mm-hmm.
practically, okay.
Right.
So after going through this module, you can, if you have not worked on a FortiGate, you can easily say anyone like I have a 3 years of experience in handling FortiGate firewalls,
Right.
okay.
So,
You'll
so
get
we
that confidence.
so we are going to cover the latest one, right?
Yes, we are going to cover the latest one.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So anyone else wants to ask anything?
So today will be our first class.
Yeah, today is our first discussion. In our first discussion, we are checking, like I'm telling you what we are going to cover here. Okay.
Right, sir.
Yes,
One
Sarji.
more question. I think it is beyond the scope, but
Mm-hmm.
everyone wants to do the job inside an organization, right?
Right.
Everyone need a good salary in an organization, and for that, everyone need to get certificate.
Right.
So to be very honest and to be very frank, are you able to help us in this, like kind of reference material or kind of dumps or kind of after this?
Like you are asking for the global certification, NSC
Yes, sir.
code
Yes,
certification.
definitely.
Yeah, we will not with the dumps, but we will provide you all the reference guides, right? That
Mm-hmm.
will help you to crack the exams.
Okay.
We will get you guide you how you can crack the exams, right? What you need to study. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Noted.
Yeah. So each and every topic here we will discuss in our lab, okay, with the live scenarios, whatever we are experiencing, like whatever is deployed in our real-time networks, okay. So everything I'll show you practically. So don't worry about that. If your concepts are clear, then you can clear the exams, right? Anyone else wants to ask anything? Any
So when
doubt?
are we actually starting the course?
We will be starting this course from the Monday onwards, right? From Monday to Friday, we will have a 1 hour of discussion. Okay.
And how long will be the course? 5
This
days a week?
course will be completed in approx like 25, 24, 25 hours. Okay.
It means how many days? Like 5
Mm,
days a week?
yeah, 5 days a week it would be.
Okay.
Okay.
1 hour session on everyday basis, right?
Yes, yes.
1 hour. So means the module is going to take 1 hour or what?
No, no. 1 hour will be the session time, right? A module is
The
divided
same
in
time, on the same
multiple.
time, 9
Yes,
o'clock.
yes, 9 to 10. Yeah. 9 to 10 we will cover. Okay. Uh, that depends on the modules. Some modules are very big, some modules are small. That's not a challenge. So we will cover 1 hour daily, and we will cover our entire topic, right? All the topics practically as well as theory, right?
But Rohit sir, like, we are professionals. We are working on company. Sometime,
Mhm.
we have a task in a company. So, like, for all of us, I think, right?
That is not an issue. If you miss any session, then you will get a recording also from us, right? You can go through the recording. If you have any doubt, then we can arrange you a session, right?
Okay, what I think you have a previous recording also, the previous session recording also.
Yes, yes, we
So
have.
if anyone wants to buy that particular recording, then
That you can check with the training coordinator, okay?
okay,
That part you can check with her.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So,
So
sorry, if you missed anything, then you can go through the recordings. And if you have any doubt, then you can ask in the next session. Okay. And we will have a dedicated, we also arrange a dedicated doubt sessions also for clearing the doubt or taking the doubts, right? So if you have any doubt, then we can discuss in a dedicated session also, no problem.
so 5 days. In 5 days, we are going to cover like 13 modules. Will it not be very less time and too much knowledge for 5 days and 1 hour
No,
every
no,
day? Like
it's
five.
a 5 days a week. Like we will cover 1 day, 1 hours per week, right? And it would take around 25 hours, 20
Like
to
20, 25
25.
days. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
It's
So
like
some,
25 hours, like 5 weeks.
yes, yes, you can say.
5 weeks program. Okay.
One more thing, sir, I want to add, as we have for a checkpoint, we are having a checkpoint manager and checkpoint gateway.
Right.
So and for Palo Alto, we are having Panorama for managing the firewall. So is there anything else we can cover in this module for managing FortiGate firewall?
Like we have a centralized management in our checkpoint and Palo Alto. Na? Here we have a Forti manager, right? So actually Forti manager comes in a different module, that is NSE 5. Okay. So here we will study about the FortiGate firewall, how you can deploy the FortiGate firewall in your network. Okay, how you can configure the FortiGate from the scratch. Okay, how you can build the tunnels, IPsec tunnels and SSL tunnels, right? How you can do the URL filtering, how you can manage the dual ISP links with your FortiGate firewall, all those things. Okay, what is transparent mode, how to create the policies, how the source net works, how the destination net works in FortiGate. So all those things we will cover here.
One more thing, in the IPsec VPN, we will cover both IKE version 1 and IKE version 2, or any one version we will want to cover.
Yes, yes, we will cover both IKE version 1 and IKE version 2.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else wants to ask anything? So guys, this will be the training model, right? And it is very popular in market nowadays, right? First, if you will see, we have 2, 3 firewalls in next generation categories. Those are leading in the market. and you will get most of the jobs around them, right? Those are Palo Alto, FortiGate, and Checkpoint. Okay. So let me take you to the lab also, how we will, let me show you how we can do the labs. Okay. So guys, okay. See, this is a public URL. Similarly, you will get one public URL, right? You need to hit that public URL from any of your PC. Okay. So you do not need any kind of like uh, hardware capabilities in your personal systems, right? You can use our lab. You will get a login credential too, and you just need to give user ID and password after putting this URL in your URL. So here you can see we have a labs as well, right? If you want to use the create your own labs, then you can create your own labs as well, right?
Sure, Rohit.
I guess my network is little slow today. Yeah.
I said, do we need an OVA file for that, right?
OVA file is required like for the VMware installation, right?
So I mean to say what
You are talking about
yeah, what about
EFG?
EVNG file, right? So who is going to provide this EVNG file? The images, I mean to say the operating system image.
No problem. I'll provide you. No problem.
Okay.
I'm having some network issues today. No problem. So no problem. I'll help you to build your own lab also, right? If you want to build your own lab in your laptop, then I'll help you. How you can set up your Eve set in your personal laptop, right? How you can like install FortiGate images in your Eve. Everything I will show you. No problem with that. Okay.
Is it
And
going
if you want,
is it going to be a full functional or some limitations are there?
yeah, since it is not a licensed one, so there are some limitations with this, but 90%, 95% things you can test, right?
Okay.
With this. Yeah, you can
So
build your concepts.
are we able to access the graphical user interface also from the EVNG?
Yes, we will be able to access the graphical user interface. You are talking about the firewall, right?
I'm talking about the firewall, yes.
Yes. That everything we will see how we can get the GUI access, how you can get the CLI access of the firewall. Okay, how you can configure the initial setup with your firewall. So everything we will see. How you can build the labs, different scenarios, right? As you can see here, we have a different topologies created in our previous sessions. Okay, see, these are the labs, real-time lab scenarios. Okay, so either if you want, then you can use these labs, or if you want to build something new, then you can build your own topology as well, right?
Is there any specific lab guides or we have to follow your labs?
I'll give you the lab guides. Okay, day by day, whenever we will complete any session, okay, you can follow my videos, or I will also provide you the guides. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Rohit sir. But for me, 9 a.m. is the problem, to be honest.
No, it's 9 p.m. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 p.m. to
It would be, so
10
again, I'm
p.m.
repeating, guys, it would be 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., 1 hour session, right? From Monday to Friday. Okay. So it will take around 24 to 25 hours till the time we will cover everything and your all doubts will be cleared. Okay. We will take.
I forgot to ask one main question actually. What is the course fee?
Course fee, you can talk about, like, you can check with the training coordinator, Soumya ma'am. Yeah.
So do I have to pay the full amount because the course is 5 weeks?
It's not a 5 weeks. Yeah, it would take around
It's a
5
5
weeks.
weeks
Yeah,
actually.
no
It's a
problem.
5 weeks.
So actually, commercially, I cannot comment. Okay, so you can
Guys,
check.
just for the any regarding the fee structure and all, please reach out to counselors, right?
Yeah.
We have the support
I
number.
understand. Rohit is not the concerned person, right, regarding the sales.
Right.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Sujit, you can reach out to like who from where you get the like Zoom meeting. You just reach out to that number.
You see, I was actually surfing, the Facebook, and I got the advertisement over there.
Okay. No problem,
Yes.
no problem. So you must be received the Zoom now from some number, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, just reach out to there. Okay, you'll get the entire detail how the lab is going to be there, how the fee structure is going to be there.
Yeah, because the thing is, I don't think so. Everyone wants to pay, in a full mode actually, because it's a 5 weeks. So I think, whatever the fee for Fortinet
No.
should.
So just we'll talk this offline. Okay, Sujit. It's not right platform to talk about the fee and all, right? But yes, if you happy with the demo, you happy with the course content, we can have a further discussion like how the fee structure is going to happen.
Course content is not a problem. It's a global, right or not? It's a
Yeah.
global. It's not a problem. We can also download the course code, the content from the Google. It's not a problem. But the problem is like 5 weeks, right? I hope you understand. 5 weeks can be a 6 weeks. Sometime, the trainer is unfit, or sometime we are the unfit. So let's say just like a measurement, we can say, right? So the
Yeah, right.
question is very simple. Do we have to pay the full amount? That's it. Or we have to pay in 2 times? That's the question only.
So we'll discuss. We'll discuss. This is a technical discussion,
Okay.
not a sales discussion. So that's a separate counseling session. Separate discussion is going to happen. This is not right platform, Surjit. Okay. We'll park this question. Just have a technical doubt. You can discuss about that.
Clear. No problems.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay, guys. So anyone wants to ask anything regarding the course content or what we are going to cover? Anyone have any query in this? So I think you guys are getting that. Like no one wants to ask anything. So this is the way I was telling you. See, Sujit and all. Here we are going to cover the live scenarios with our practical approach, right? So you will get the practical lab guides with us, and you can follow our videos or our live sessions, okay, to get the concepts, okay. So if you also wants to build your own lab, then we will help you to build your own lab in your personal laptop as well. That's not a big issue, okay. Anyone wants to ask anything regarding the course content, lab, any doubt? Technically, if you want to ask anything regarding the course or the lab. Okay, so guys, I think no one wants to ask anything, so we are good for today. Okay.
Yeah, all good from my side. All good from my side. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Sujit. For that, we will take like you can take your discussion with the commercial team, right? No problem. You will get your queries resolved. So guys, we are done for today. We will start probably from Monday, right? 9 to 10 p.m. batch.
Yeah, so guys, this class is going to happen regular from the Monday. Okay, so there is no further any delay is going to be happen. There was some certain delay due to some unavoidable circumstances, but yes, this is like opportunity for you just to start from zero, become a hero of the FortiGate firewalls. So we are like dealing with the almost every firewalls, right? But yeah, these are a trending firewall, as well, sir mentioned that the FortiGate checkpoint in Palo Alto. So just to start your learning, right? And the most important thing, I'm not sure like whether you are aware or not. There is a program if you're going to enroll for any firewall for right now, and for the next 1 year, you are going to get a free repeat session for live batches, right? And lifetime video access is going to be available for you like always with you. So you have the win-win situation. If you forget the concept, you want to recap, you don't have to worry about the payment and all. Once you enroll next 1 year, any batch. Uh, from a multiple tenors you are going to get, right? So you can just recap your concepts. You have like not happy with like any topic, you want to just do a deep dive. There is a possible you are going to get a new trainers, and that topic is going to be like covered in a different way. So might be that is going to be help and add advantage on that. So yes, So that's why I'm saying, like, you have the opportunity for the next 1 year. You can go and just recap, repeat the session, and do the lab practice. Means a lot of flexibility we have. So from Monday onward, we want to start full flash and see you from the Monday. All right.
One more question I have forgotten, sir. As this is an Evangy and Peanut lab, okay. So, for how much time we will get access of this labs?
So this lab is going to be 2 month access. Regardless, the course is going to finish by 5 weeks, 6 week. You're going to get 2 month lab access. That's the fixed lab access is going to happen. So lab is only for 2 months, and if you want to just renew the lab, you have to talk with the sales team or like career counselors. They will help you to how to go and renew. But yes, for the repeat session, if you want to, let's suppose you complete this batch by this month or next month, and you want to have a repeat session for the live classes again, there is a flexibility for the next 1 year. You can do the n number of time. There is no foundation from our side. So we want to make sure, ensure like you have the valid concept, you have the full confident, and you are eligible for the interview, able to clarify each and everything. Yeah. So lab is going to be 2 months for this one. Makes sense? All right. So I believe we are good, right? Any other question? Please feel free to ask. Else we can wrap up this session. See you on Monday.
We are expecting, the same from you, Mr. Vishal. Like measurable services, stable services from your side.
Yeah, definitely. It is going to be there. It is going to be there.
So
Yeah.
basically, I believe in quality of experience. So we
Don't
are
worry,
expecting,
Surjit. Yeah, definitely. We are dealing almost 5 to 6 years in this industry, and we have the very large community. If you go and watch our LinkedIn page, Facebook page, YouTube page, a lot of people are there, and we have the very good community. So you can find great content, great reviews, right? So this is what we are working. Might be this is the first time, but you can just start following like our content on the different social media, and start like listening the lecture which is available on the YouTube. You can find how dedication is there, how quality we are delivering the training. So there is no compromise from the trainings, right? I'm dual CCI and already delivering almost 15, 16-year trainings. Rohit sir is also very professional experience. Other Manas sir is there. Different trainers have the industry experience, and they are the very good in the data center, some in the wireless, some in the FortiGate. So we have the ecosystem for the professionals, right? So it's not like something you are going to get from the low quality of training. It's a very extensive, high quality of training is going to deliver. That's our commitment. That's why we are offering very confidently. If even you are not comfortable with one batch, you are going to get like alternate trainings within a year to just recap with the different experts. You have the full concept, and definitely the lifetime video is going to be always there. So you don't think a second thought about the quality. That's our first priority, and that's why we are sustaining since 5 to 6 in the market, right? And we have the global view, right? Not only like just India, something like we have to target. We have the global audience, right? So we have to maintain the quality. We have to deliver the top-notch training. So that's our key agenda. So we'll take care, Surjit. Don't worry about that.
Definitely. We are discussing online. If it is any chance to come in your office, do we have your
Yeah, we have the corporate office. If you want to visit, you can schedule the meeting. So because the trainers are working from remotely, but yes, if you want to really visit the office, there is a option you can go and visit.
So where is the office where we can
There is a
find
Noda extension. You know about Noda extensions? Yeah, there is a Blue Sapphire Plaza. Inside we have the office. You can visit that.
Okay. Which sector?
It's a Noda extension. Where you stay, Surjit?
I stay very near to Noida, actually, Sarita Vihar.
Sarita Vihar. Okay. So you anytime visit in Noida, right? Noida extension, there is office. You can visit that. You can just meet and like sit there and discuss whatever you have the like plan.
Right.
Okay. But just I would suggest just start following on the YouTube channel, LinkedIn profile stage, so you can get a lot of insights how actually we are functioning, and start joining the like different sessions. So you are going to get like how FortiGate plan is working, how the Palo Alto. Next week we have the Palo Alto SDN sessions, right? And that is going to be like again new start for the this month batch. So you can join there as well, and you can see how people are interacting, how they are discussing. Might be there will be the more student is going to happen because in the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we have the plan. This is the weekday, so we probably get less participant because people having a office, they're coming from office to home. They have some night shifts, but weekend we have the more, like show off.
Okay.
All right, Surjit, nice to meet you guys. And thank you so much, Rohit
Thank
sir, for wonderful session. And probably we'll see you from the Monday onward, right?
Yes, right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks
Bye.
for
Take care.
joining.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Pradeep. Hi, Pradeep. Hi, Pradeep. What about your CCI exam?
Hello, Pratap sir. Pratap sir, are you there?
Yes.
So, what is your plan, sir?
ఎంత చెప్పారు అమౌంట్?
యాక్చువల్గా విశాల్ అనేవాడు బాగా చెప్తాడు. ఎప్పుడైతే నెక్స్ట్ మాట్లాడాడు కదా, ఎక్కువ వీడియోస్ వాడే ఉన్నాయి. కొద్దిగా అంటే వాడు బాగా ఎసెంట్, వాడిది +2 ఫ్లూయెంట్గా ఈజీగా అర్థమైంది. వీడు రోహిత్ అనేవాడు నీరసంగా చెప్తాడు, చెప్పింది అర్థమైందా లేదా కూడా తెలియదు. వీడు ఏంటంటే డ్యూయల్ సిసిఐ కాబట్టి ఇంట్రెస్ట్ తీసుకొని చెప్తాడు. అంటే మీకు అర్థమైందా లేదా, ఎక్కడ ఆగిపోయావు. ప్లస్ ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే వాడు వీడియోస్ కొన్ని చూసే వాడు కూడా తడపడతా ఉంటాడు. అంటే వీళ్ళు ఓన్గా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసి, కాకపోతే ఏంటంటే కమ్యూనికేషన్ బాగుంటుంది అంతే. ఇవన్నీ నార్మల్ కాన్సెప్ట్సే, కాకపోతే ఏంటంటే బేసిక్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఇవన్నీ వాళ్ళు చెప్పి మాడ్యూల్లో బేసిక్, అడ్వాన్స్డ్ కాదు. దాంట్లో చాలా వరకు ఎగరగొట్టేశారు కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అన్ని. వాళ్ళకే ఏదైతే రోజు చెప్పి అలవాటైన కాన్సెప్ట్స్నే పెట్టుకొని అట్లా బ్యాచ్గా పెట్టారు. వాడెవడైతే సుజిత్ ఉన్నాడో, మరి వీళ్ళోడో వాళ్ళోడో తెలియదు, గట్టిగా వేసుకున్నాడు.
అంతే.
ఫీజు ఏంద్రా మీరు, నాకు నచ్చపోతే అడిగితే వాడా
ఎంత చెప్పాడు అమౌంట్?
రోహిత్ అనేవాడు వచ్చాడు మళ్ళీ.
కట్ చేసే మనం మాట్లాడుతున్నాం.